So what I understand is that Rosenberg, you also work in a lot of initiatives where you make people more self-aware. Tell me a bit about that.
Okay, so जवाद हम जब ये काम कर रहे थे, जो एक चीज़ हमारे बहुत सामने आई कि लोग स्किल्स सीख लेते हैं, राइट? वो बातचीत भी सब कुछ कर लेते हैं, जो कि they use the right words, they use the right language, right? But their attitudes don't change. Right? And ultimately, real change comes when your attitudes change. So it is extremely important to start looking at, and why self-awareness? Because change first has to start with one's own self. You know, the more I become aware of my own weaknesses and strengths, the more tolerant I am of yours. Right? The more willing I am going to accept कि, you know, अगर आप में कोई weakness है तो मुझ में भी है. You know, और अगर आप में कोई strength है तो मुझ में भी strengths हैं, right? So it allows us to connect to others when you become self-aware. You also become aware of the social conditioning part, right? Why do I think like this? Why don't I like myself? Why am I always passive? You know, those questions really come out of self-reflection. And when you do them with a group of people, and we start listening to each other and saying, yes, the messages we got from childhood was, you know, that you're not good enough, or तुम इतने, you know, तुम्हारे कद को क्या हो गया, और तुम्हारे बाल क्यों इतने अच्छे नहीं हैं, and you know, those are the messages I got, and I've just carried them with me. I've never changed them, I've never questioned them, right? So that is part of the journey of self-awareness and really looking at attitudinal change. Because without that attitudinal change, you can talk absolutely great. You know, you can have the knowledge. आप कॉलेज से पढ़ के आ जाएं आप. You know, आप बहुत से लोगों को देखते हैं, बहुत सारी डिग्रीज होती हैं उनके पास, बहुत skilled होते हैं. लेकिन when you start interacting with them, you start saying कि, you know, they're sort of not really what they're talking about, and what they actually are two different things. They're not walking the talk, and you want to walk the talk, right? And that's where your attitudes come. So वो self-awareness की journey बहुत important है before, you know, to be able to connect, to be able to bring about real change.
And what do you think, like, why self-awareness is important to build that sort of like confidence in yourself, and then to also overcome a lot of challenges in life in general?
I think to build confidence in yourself, again, self-awareness allows you to look at both aspects of yourself, right? So you become your friend, right? Self-awareness, in that journey of self-awareness, you're not just looking at all the things that are wrong with you. You're also, and that is really important. You know, the other day I met somebody who's a young adult now, and she reminded me that one of the exercises we used to do for children was we had a box, and in that box was a mirror, and I would tell children, ये जादू का डब्बा है और इसमें सब तुम्हारे सबसे best friend है, and that best friend is always going to be there for you. And then they would look inside that box and say, यहाँ तो मेरी शक्ल नजर आ रही है. And I would say, you are your best friend. You have to always be there for yourself, right? If we don't like ourselves, if we are constantly rejecting ourselves and critical of ourselves, it's very difficult to be there for other people. Because then when we are there for other people, we are really doing it for a selfish reason, because we want them to like us, because we don't like ourselves, right? But when you like yourselves and you're comfortable, right, then you're giving and you're helping and you're supporting out of an open heart, because that makes you feel just, you know, it's a good feeling to connect, right?
And generally, what advice do you give out to people who struggle to mute that chatter going on in their head all the time? Who's critical, who's telling them constantly that they are not good enough?
Okay, so I tell them to be very aware of your thoughts. Okay, a lot of times people are just aware of their feelings. So they'll come to us, you know, I'm feeling sad, I get very angry, I'm depressed, right? And behind every feeling there is a thought. So I tell them it's not possible to have feelings without thoughts. So tell me about your thoughts. And your thoughts are usually, I'm not good enough. Okay, and I'll say, where's the evidence?
Right.
Tell me, Okay, are you not good enough at everything in the whole world? Is there nothing at all, not even one thing that you do that's good, right? So it's like challenging these negative thought patterns that we get into, these core beliefs that we carry with ourselves. कि अगर मैं perfect नहीं हूँ तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ, right? So वो चीज़ें हमको question करनी होती हैं. So we start questioning our thought patterns and our negative thoughts and these automatic thoughts that we have, and realize कि ये खोखले हैं, right? There's no evidence.
So I was reading this book, Dr. Joseph Murphy की book है Power of Your Subconscious Mind. So उसमें there was this interesting thing that he mentioned about is that whatever we constantly tell ourselves, and if we tell ourselves with conviction, our brain sort of like accepts it.
Yeah.
So it's just about what story we are telling to our subconscious brain, that who we are and how we operate.
Yes, you're right about that. I mean, if you're constantly telling yourself you're no good or you'll never succeed, then that will actually come true, because your thoughts affect your feelings affect your behavior. Okay, so if I say to myself, I'm not, nobody really likes me, then I will actually start feeling sad and not so motivated to go out, and my behavior will be I'll rather stay home and not interact with people. So in some ways, yes, you're right, that if we give ourselves positive messages, that does impact how we behave and how we feel.